Hello, everybody. I'm Kathleen Sherman, shamanic, medical intuitive, Reiki master, and psychic medium. I am on the third installment of my Ascension Awakening series, and so I'd like to bring you a little bit more information about Ascension, your awakening, and the things you may go through. So, how do I find my gifts and abilities? First question. And we all have psychic gifts and abilities. We all have the ability to hear spirit in one way or another, get information psychically. It comes in so many different ways. It can come in by hearing, a knowing, sensing, feeling. We can feel energy with that gut instinct sometimes, just a knowing, just going, oh, I knew I shouldn't have done that. I knew I shouldn't have done that. I knew I shouldn't have trusted something, or, just deep down, you got that information in the first place. And so when you get that information, try and start changing the way you respond to it and learn from it. Go with the flow on what you feel would be the best way to move forward in your life in a certain situation. So you could also have a vision of something that's going to happen in the future that is kind of a precursor to something that's going to actually happen. There are so many different ways that you can get psychic information. One thing about me is I used to just totally ignore it. I'd be like, yeah, whatever. I don't believe any of that stuff. It's just crazy. Guess what? It was all real. And it doesn't just come that way. It doesn't come in just our waking time. It can also come into our informationally. We can get that information by dreams. In our dream state, we're completely open psychically. We're taking little adventures and journeys in our dream state, and we're learning. We're going through classes in our sleep, basically. Going to places that it's kind of like going back home. And so when we're in that dream state, our family members can come talk to us. That is so very real, by the way. I have family members that come and talk to me in my dreams. I get really mad at myself though, and I shouldn't do that, but I would always get really upset when I couldn't remember what they told me. Just know that you take from those things, you take their information and you bring it forth, even if you can't remember exactly what they said to you. They did. They will give you all the information you need. Psychically, you'll bring it forward into your life and put it into play. So those visits from family members in your dream state are not fake. They are absolutely real. And as a matter of fact, that's how my information came to me. I would have my family members come to me in my dream state, and that's really the only way they could get a hold of me because I didn't trust my instincts and my psychic abilities, or I didn't believe that I had them even. So after I started learning that those were valuable gifts and that's valuable information that they're giving you. And when you get that information, take it and hold it to your heart because number one, that's coming from a space of love. And then after that, do what you will with it. Let it help you guide yourself in what you do next in your lifetime. So dreams, those are completely real. Sometimes they can go off on a crazy tangent. Of course, we have some dreams that are guiding you in one way or another. Some of them are scary. Some of them are don't make much sense. If it doesn't seem to pertain to anything important to you, kind of maybe brush it off. But if you just know that it's something that is really important for you, make sure that you hold on to it. One really good way to do that is to get up, even if it's the middle of the night, get up and write it down because every time I'll go, oh, I'll remember that. That was so crazy. I can't remember it in the morning. So get up, jot down whatever you can. Have a pencil and paper beside the bed and jot those things down, and it'll help you remember. Um, Start a journal. That's amazing. That's an amazing idea to be able to just start a journal. Jot all these things down. You're not going to remember all of this stuff that you get psychically. And so once you journal that, you can always look back on it, and it's almost like learning it again sometimes. Some of these amazing journeys and information that starts coming to you, when it comes to you, you're just going to keep moving forward every time you get that information. Um, we go through the dark night of the soul, like I was talking about. And so that forces us to do our own inner psychic work, inner work, working with like I said, our inner child, our past life selves. We really need to go really deep into those things to be able to see or find out what we've been through or what it is that needs to be brought to the surface. And after we bring that to the surface, we can release that. So, but some of the ways that we can do that is through past life regressions. We can do regression therapy. You can see a regular social worker, or you can see somebody who can see into past lives like me. You can go to somebody who does past life regressions that will actually um, do hypnosis, so that they'll take you personally back into that lifetime yourself, where you can work through it yourself. Every person is different on how they need to do things. So maybe that is a form of healing for somebody, when somebody else would need to do it a completely different way, and that's okay. So those are things that you can do to look inside yourself, to look inside your psyche, to connect with those previous selves you have been, or work on that deep healing that you need from something that happened to you in the past. Also, a lot of these things can cause different types of um, addictions in life, and it can take form in your life in those ways. So those addictive tendencies a lot of times come from those things that need to be released, and that will help you to overcome those problems. So something like an example of that would be somebody who in a past life drowned. And a lot of us have drowned in past lives. We've died many, many ways because we've lived so many lifetimes. We've learned from all of it. But sometimes it takes place in our psyche still. And it's just that knowing that fear of something like this one, water. If you're afraid of getting into water, don't know why you can't go near it, go in it. You have that deep down fear that you just don't know where it came from. Majority of the time, this is from another lifetime, and it's something that needs to be brought up and cleared. And it may feel super scary to go into that, but after you do, just know that you're safe. You're in a safe place. And somebody that can help you through that can help you jump that hurdle and move forward in your life and release those fears that have been holding you back all your life. That is an amazing feat, to be able to overcome something that you've had an extreme fear of. Nature connections. Connecting with nature, getting outside, breathing in that fresh air, bringing that earth energy up into your body, connecting with everything that is. This is an amazing healer. Touching a tree, going out in the woods, going for a nature walk. Whatever you do, get outside every day if you can. Right now, especially since we've been cooped up with all the stuff going on in the world, it's really imperative that you get out and get back in touch with nature, because nature is going to help you heal on a soul level, on a very deep DNA soul level. Ocean, water. If you can't physically get to it, you can go to it in your mind. You can go into a meditative state and you can journey there. Journeys are amazing, and it's not really any different, because honestly, there's no space or time. And so you can move as a soul through space and time, especially space. If you're going to go, you can just imagine that you're going to a place, just like I did in the last recording that I did. And you can go to those places and be free and be open. So if you physically can't go outside, there are other ways that you can do it. You can journey there through, through meditative states. Past life regressions, that's the work I was talking about. You also had past life abilities, things that you can connect with from your other lifetimes. I have been a healer in many lifetimes. I've been a shaman. I've been a witch burned at the stake. I have been minister. I have been all and I didn't even know. No, I think I did see that one. We've had so many lifetimes, it's hard to remember after you've reconnected and gone through all of those things. And so I learned so many things in all of those lifetimes through famines, floods, plagues. We go through all of that stuff to grow and to become a new person in the next lifetime. And that's kind of what one of the reasons we come in with amnesia. That's kind of tough to go through that stuff and remember all of it. Who wants to, just have that memory of all that junk you went through? So we come in just fresh and new as a new baby every time. And we have to learn. We have to learn how to reconnect every single time. And so it's not always easy, but that's kind of the whole process. Learning to connect to source. To connect to source is one of the biggest things that you can do. And when you bring that energy in from source, it just makes you feel so alive and so amazing. So source and nature all are in the same realm where they help you connect and get connected to that inner little Buddha that you have, that we all have. We're all a piece of creation. We're all a piece of the God source. And so we need to learn how to bring that down into our bodies and realize who we really are. We are this amazing light source. And so when we learn how to do that, it just brushes all that junk away. So amazing. Learning to love yourself is such a key component. And, you can just say, yeah, learn to love yourself. Well, that's not so easy. We put ourselves down. We've learned in our society that we aren't good enough at anything. You look at the magazines and oh, they're so pretty. You have to be perfect. You have to have a perfect waist. You have to be perfect in every way, shape, and form. Guess what? You don't, because you're already perfect. You were born perfect. You were born of the light. Everybody is. You are not born dirty. Nobody is. God forces love. If you just feel that, I literally, when I just said that, I felt a shower of love come through my energy field. That is how tapped in and tuned in you can become. All you have to do is learn how to connect. Releasing guilt. Releasing guilt in all of those lower vibrations. Sadness, fears are a big thing. Learning how to release your fears and will help you to move into the new space that you want to be in. Releasing those lower energies, fear, guilt, shame, anger, anxieties. We can release those things simply by going in and connecting and learning how to do that through meditations. So that is definitely a really, really good option to be able to get to the next level in your ascension process. My last one in this is quietude. To be in quiet, to be by yourself, to let yourself just be. You don't have to run out. You don't have to do stuff constantly. Just be. Realize that you are amazing and connect with your own solitude. Go out in nature and be quiet. Be quiet and drink in the beauty of everything. Learn from the animals and connect with them. Just what I would say is to go out if you can, just into a quiet space. If there's woods, even if it's out on your deck, go out every day, connect with source, connect with everything that is, connect with the water. Go out on your deck, stick your toes in the sand. ground your energy. That's another beautiful way of grounding your energy is go out, stick your feet on the ground barefoot if you possibly can, and drink up that energy from the earth. It's amazing. That's what grounding is. Sending your energy into the earth, but it's also connecting yourself to the earth. And that helps you center and connect with the earth. That was a few little tidbits. I'm so glad you joined me today. And I am Kathleen Sherman, Shamanic Medical Intuitive. Again, you can find me on Facebook. Healing with Medical Intuition is my Facebook page. And if you'd like to have a session, personal session, I can do phone, Skype, anything. I can do any of this stuff online and on the phone. There is no space or time. So healing is the same whether you're in person or not. And so you can find me at Healing with Medical Intuition at outlook.com is my email address. And then if you want to message me on my Facebook page, you can do that if you'd like to get a hold of me and set up a session. Love you so much. You guys have a beautiful, blessed day. Love you. Bye-bye.